Hey people of YouTube, do we have something exciting to show you? But first, let's give you a little backstory. We're trying to do a project on our boat, put a swim platform on the back. We bought some brackets, but two of them need to be modified a little bit. So what we did, we took them around a couple local welding shops to try to get a quote on just having a small modification done to these brackets. They're coming back $150, $200+ quotes on these two little things we need to have done to the brackets. So to us, since we know how to weld a little, we never welded this way, but we have welded. We decided that we're not going to have that because you can buy a welder for less than the price of having those modified. Plus, you know, we want to learn something new anyway. So what we did, we went out and picked up the cheapest welder on Amazon, just about, this Yeswelder TIG 205 DS, which is a TIG arc welder. So you can do TIG welding, stick welding. That's pretty awesome. And it's a DC inverter type, so it runs on lower power. You can get the job done. We're excited about it because we got so many more other things we can do. And then here's the bracket for you guys to see. The bracket's going to go on the boat like this. We just need to have a little bit cut off of here, and then this bar moved up. That's all we needed. They wanted to charge us over $200 for that. We're like, no, we'll just buy a welder because the welder's 168 bucks or something like that. So we went that route. The welder's 168 bucks. Just a note for this: the welder's that price. If you don't have anything for welding, you're going to need some other things to get you ready to go, like your mask, your gloves, your filler rod, tungsten, and like the gas. The gas was probably the most expensive part of this whole deal because of near us, they don't rent you the tank. You have to buy the tank, then pay for the fill. So that gets a little pricey, but we went on the marketplace and found us a tank already full. It's like brand new. So that way we get the tank cheaper, already filled. That's awesome. So bargain shopping there, right? So we're gonna pull this out here, just show you what comes with it. We're not gonna do like no fancy unboxing or anything like that. So let's just pull this out. First thing you're gonna get, it's their attempt at a wire brush, I guess. It's kind of lame. And then I guess that's a little hammer thing for slag. If you're into that, I mean, I'd go with a different one. They're not that much. And here's your stinger for like your stick welding. I think they call that a stinger. Oh, it comes with pretty much everything you need. Here is your torch, your TIG torch, and inside here is the consumables for that, like your part of your cups and stuff right here. And then again, like I said, here's your torch. It feels pretty good. I mean, it's got a nice sleeve all the way on it. This one does come with the foot pedal, or it has the button on the wand. They say to start out, use the foot pedal. That's what I'm going to do. I have never TIG weld before, so I have MIG welded and stuff like that, but never TIG. So this will be a learning experience. Pretty nice there. What else we got here? Just trying to give you a brief what shows up here in this package in case you're thinking about doing this. Oh, there's your foot pedal. This one is not the foot pedal that adjusts your amperage. This is just an on and off pedal to get you started. And this is the high frequency arc start. So when you start, you don't have to do scratch start. You can just, it's high frequency, it'll get going. Oh, what else we got down in here? Here's your ground clamp. Your book comes with a little Teflon tape for your fuel or your gas line connections. And then the unit itself, pretty light. I mean, it is light and tiny. It comes with the gas line for your argon or argon CO2 mix, whatever you're going to use. We're using straight argon for what we're doing because we're doing stainless. So we're going to use that. It comes with also the adapter for the 30 amp right here. If you're charging up, if you're plugging in the 30 amp, gives you a little bit more power. It comes with that also. All the ones I've seen, I mean, you can see it's tiny. Little small little thing. All the ones I've seen online weren't this color. This is pretty feminine of a color, I'd say. My wife would love this color, but it's not a manly color whatsoever. I mean, it's just sitting in the shop, probably going to get dusty, dirty anyway, but they should have stayed with the blue, I think. This seafoam green, whatever, teal, whatever color you want to call it, is weird. But with that being said, Let's go to the back here. On the back, you have your on-off switch right here, and you also have your inlet for your gas. And then, of course, like your PC-style fan here to keep the stuff cool. On the front, you have your connections, your positive and negative. And then you also have, what is that one? Oh, that's the connection for the other part of your wand there. So that one's gonna go there. And then all you do is have the plug. There is other stuff we got to go with this. I'm gonna get that stuff and show you what else we got to go with this to get us started. And then that'll be pretty much be all you need to get yourself TIG welding. We're gonna practice on a couple small pieces of stainless about the same thickness as this bracket, so we know how to get our weld pool, you know, flowing good, so we know where to adjust our amperage. This one goes up to 205 amps. We're probably, for what we're doing, probably only gonna need 100, 110 maybe, between 90 to 110, from what my research anyway. If you go up too high on just the regular plug-in, you'll probably end up flipping the breakers. So you're probably gonna wanna try to get into the 30 amp if you need to do higher than that. But for what we're doing, I think a regular outlet's gonna work just fine. So let's get this moved out of the way and I'll show you the other stuff we got to get welded. All right, now there's a couple things that don't come with your welder that you're probably gonna need to get you started, which is a regulator is one of them. You're gonna need a gas regulator, flow meter to kind of adjust your gas where you're gonna need it. That's your shielding gas. Like I said, I'm using argon. It doesn't come with your tungsten either, so you're gonna wanna pick up some of those. I went with the blue, which is the 2% lanthanated. This is, from my research, this is a good one to start with for what I'm doing. There's many different colored end ones. Good one to start with. And then there's another consumables little pouch I got that has like the Pyrex style shielding cups, a couple other different collets and ends. So that there, for a small price, you might want to get that. It might make your experience a little better. Of course, on the safety side of it, you're going to want some TIG welding gloves. These are thinner than regular welding gloves, but you know, you're just moving stuff around a little bit. This is what you're going to need. Of course, you're going to want your welding helmet. Just pick one up. They range widely in price. Just get what you like. We also went to Harbor Freight and picked up some electrodes to try some of that stick welding this can do. That's not needed technically to get you starting TIGging, but we just picked it up to play around with it. And then we picked up the stainless steel filler rod for what we're trying to do. It's 3/32 rod right here. They have tons of different varieties of whatever you're going to need. Since we're doing 304 stainless, this is the one we needed as a filler rod for that. So that's pretty much, besides that and the gas, you're going to need, tank's too heavy, I don't want to bring that out, but you're going to need the gas, the regulator, your tungsten tips, and gloves, and a helmet. That's what you're going to need to get started. And then you could practice on a piece of scrap to get the weld pool right before you go add in filler rod. But then you're going to want to pick up some of this for whatever job you're doing, stainless, regular metal, whatever you're trying to do. Now this one won't do aluminum, but Yeswelder does make a unit that will do aluminum. They seem to need more power because that coating on aluminum takes a lot more to melt it. So you'll probably need a different unit to do aluminum. But for stick welding, TIG welding, this little unit here, I mean, like I said, two of my hands cover the whole side of that. So it's a small, lightweight unit. You can carry that on with you anywhere. So we're excited to get practicing on this thing. So we'll show you how we did. Like I said, we've never TIG welded before. So what you see is us learning it as we go. We'll just show you little clips of how our weld pools go. And then as we get comfortable, we'll add the filler rod. And then we can eventually modify our brackets ourselves, and any other future jobs or projects we have, we can do it ourselves instead of paying the welder guy over 200 bucks. So with that being said, let's get this thing all set up and try welding. We're running about 15 CFH on our meter here. And you can hear we're right next to the machine. You hear the fan, but it isn't that loud. It's working really nice. there you have it, guys. The Yeswelder TIG 205 DS. A couple of noobs trying to learn how to TIG weld for the first time. There are a few things you're going to want, like we mentioned in the beginning of the video, like the stubby glass lens kit. Definitely recommend that because the glass lens lets you see through closer to your work. So for a first timer, I think this is something you're definitely going to want. Here is that flow gauge hooked up to the hose. We have that all hooked up. That works good. We were running about between 12 and 15 CFH when we were doing it. And then it came with a brush, but this is our stainless steel brush we're using. Works better for us. Of course, you're going to want your tungsten rods we mentioned. You just put a nice tip on those. That works good. A couple other things we picked up. We did some electrode rods here for if we wanted to try the stick welding. We haven't done that yet, but we'll fiddle with that later. And of course, your protective gear, your gloves and your hat. We used acetone to clean our work area because we're using stainless steel, so you want to make sure your air is good and clean. You're also going to need your gas. They make like a 40, what is it, a 40 something bottle. We picked up an 80, which is kind of quite a bit bigger, but it gives us more time since we're playing with it. You guys, he'll lift it up for you. You can't quite see it, but like I said, this part is the most expensive part of the whole deal, but if you look on the marketplace like we did, we got a good deal on that, and it came full, so we're good there. The pedal worked good with the high frequency start. It started pretty much every time. You just got to make sure you're the right distance. So pretty, I mean, and how light this is and small, just the color's something to be desired. It's kind of a girl color, really. A little, I don't know.
Nothing's wrong with the girl color.
Nothing's wrong with the girl color, right? But it is. I like the blue they had before. This color blue is just it's
favorite color.
It's like mint. Yeah, my wife will love it. But like I said, perfect one for you guys starting out. We are complete noobs at TIG welding, and we were laying down. We'll give you a closer look at this, but we were laying down pretty good beads by the time we were done doing what we were doing. And that was only about an hour in, so that ain't bad at all. So if you guys are interested in learning how to TIG weld, definitely pick one of these up. I mean, 195 bucks maybe. They also have coupons and stuff all the time. Look for those. We're not affiliated or anything, but we'll leave links to all the stuff down below if you guys are interested in any of it to get you guys going. But with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, try something new.
Do a little bit of everything.